What's up, everybody? Mike McFarland here, the Lake Fork Fishing Guide. Gonna give you a public rundown. It's Friday. I think today's the 24th. First thing I'm gonna start out with is correct a mistake that I made the other day. McGoober here. I just usually don't script things when I talk to you guys. I talk right from the hip. I tell the truth. I truly do. But sometimes I get a little caught up in things, and I unintentionally, truly unintentionally, made a statement about followers that I meant to say 3 figures, not 6 figures. I said that we had in the members or members only 6 figures. I wish if we had 6 figures in the members only, I would be playing at the casinos a lot. That would be a whole lot. But no, we are in 3 figures. We have several hundred, which is a lot more than I expected. Much, much more than I expected. So my thoughts and sentiments about it are the same. I'm so grateful, but it's not 6 figures, it's 3 figures. There is a big difference. So that being clear, everything else the other night was pretty legit. Like I said, I really feel that the members only is a very, very big advantage to the local people and the people that come to fish Lake Fork consistently. If you're coming here, I'm really giving you up the goods. But this is the public rundown. So let's get to it, and I'm going to give you up some good stuff there tonight as well, okay? The lake. Man, everything's so much the same that I'm just going to kind of point to it tonight. I talked to you on Wednesday. 3970 was the lake level. From Wednesday to today, we've dropped a little more than a half an inch. So it's about a 1/4 inch each day that we're dropping. I suspect in July that will increase. It will get faster. But as of today, we're 39694. We're starting to go below 6 feet now. The lake clarity, the same, 0 to 2 feet. Water temperature is getting up there. 86.7 in the morning, 89s in the afternoon. Remember, when I show those numbers, that is generally the main lake, and it's the subsurface, the first 12 to 18 inches. That's not the backwaters. That's not all the way up at Little Caney or the back of Glade or the back of Birch. I'm going to guess if you went all the way back in the back of Birch or you went all the way up north into Lake Fork Creek, you're going to have 90, 93, 94 degree water. That real shallow, skinny water back there. But that's main body, main lake, okay? It's in great shape. The discussion that's starting to happen, and I've had a lot of comments and a lot of questions. I've even had private emails asking me about stumps in the buoy lanes. There are stumps in the buoy lanes. As we discover them, some of them, as this lake gets even lower, if it goes below 9 feet, it's never been below 9 feet before, ever in the history of the lake. So there'll be some discovery for all of us. There'll be some learning curve. And unfortunately, that learning curve comes with pretty much hitting some stumps. So right now, the 2 stumps that I've hit this year have been in the buoy lanes. One is Little Mustang, right at the mouth of Little Mustang. The first probably, and when I mean the mouth, I mean the mouth. There's probably about 50 to 75, maybe 100 yards that you should really not run through. If you launch, for example, at Mustang launch ramp, don't take off from the back and run through the mouth. You'll probably make it time again. You may make it 10 out of 10, but you're going to end up hitting. They are right smack dab in the lanes. One of them is 4 feet off of the buoy, no more than. Actually, there's a bunch of them in there. So another one, the one I just hit, and I didn't hit it real bad. It wasn't that big a deal. I did have to have my prop shaft straightened, but no major damage. But at all, because I really hit it at low speed and it just bounced off it, deflected off it. It kind of felt like your tire falling off of the curb. I didn't hammer it, but it is in the transition from when you're coming out of Mustang, you launch at Post, you're coming out of Mustang, and you're transitioning into the buoy lane from the Lake Fork guide lane into that swing. There's stumps there as well, and you got to be tight. The Lake Fork Super Trails is awesome. Lance Vic's super lanes or Lance Vic's guide lanes, they're awesome. They're spot on the money. But the key is when the lake gets lower and lower, number one, you need to know how to run it and be on the line. Okay, it's like walking through a doorway. The door here, I have a door right here, and it's spot on. But if I'm off, I'm going to bump my shoulder on the door frame. So I've got to be centered. I've got to be right on the line. And then secondly, is a lot of times we tend to cut corners. So we're coming to transitions where there's a corner of buoys and a swing. And right now, man, don't cut corners. Take your time, slow down, be tighter on those corners. Another option that you might have, years ago I did this, and I don't know if it's still available, but if you go to the Texas Fishing Forum, you'll have to search a little bit, but somewhere on that there used to be a Lake Fork Hazards, which was all the skull and crossbones, and you could download that and then put it on an SD card and put it into your unit. That helps a lot because it'll show you those skull and bones in the buoy lanes. And that way when you're running those buoys, it's a reminder, hey, wait a minute, I'm coming up to something here. And I can either just choose to slow down, shut down, or swing a little bit around it. But you need to know where they are. Now, the couple that I've hit, I have not marked yet. I'm going to go back and mark those. I will come up with a skull and bones and a waypoint that I will share with all of you all. The next time or two that I get out and I get a chance, I'm going to go to those stumps. One of them I've got to find because I just don't know how I even hit it. And I've been through there. I've been through that area. I did 100 and some odd trips this year already, at least, maybe like 150 guide trips. And I've been through there multiple times in a day. Run out, run in, run out, run in, out for the fishing session, back in for lunch at the least, So hundreds and hundreds of times I've gone through this water. And I guess I just missed it all those times. But I'm going to try and find that stump and give you that waypoint. But other than talking about the lake, talking about the stumps, it's fishing pretty good. It's a little roller coaster ride because they're still shallow fish. They're still scattered. I'm starting to find some big groups offshore. I truly am. Crankbaits are really your best bet for those schools of fish because if you got a school of 50, 75, 100 bass in an area, you can fire them up with that crankbait. You can really go to work on them. You can get one to hit that crankbait. You get them all to hit that crankbait. And it's just more of an attack. But my best baits really are jigs and worms. I love the Santone football jig. Absolutely do. I've talked about it. That's no secret. It's in all my archives. The 3/4 ounce Santone football jig's hard to beat. Santone shaky head's hard to beat. And then of course Texas rig worms and stuff like that. You can't go wrong. So I do want to share a couple things. The weather coming up. If you're fishing this weekend, man, it's a heat advisory. Please don't dehydrate. I've done it. I've had a headache the last couple days. It's really hard to keep up when it's this hot. You need to at least drink a gallon of water a day this time of year. And basically 6 to 8 bottles of water in the day while you're fishing is marginal. And it's hard to do. If you think about it, you go out there and have a couple, 2 or 3 waters and you think you're okay. But you should have 6 to 8 waters at least and then still be hydrating back at the house before and after. So try and take it easy. If you're coming out this weekend, it's 74-degree low Saturday, 100 plus on the high. Southwest winds 5 to 10, pretty moderate and light. Sunday, it changes a little, not temperature-wise, 71 and 100. But we start to have a northeast wind, 5 to 10 miles an hour. The things change there. I think next week's huge, big change. Some kind of chance of rain on Monday, but the temperatures literally drop to 67 lows, 87 highs. We're looking at a 13 to 15 degree drop in the overall high. And then throughout the week, I think it's low 90s. So it should be a beautiful week next week. Not a big cool down, but a pretty good cool down, and it should get them to bite. So I want to, and really I want the heat. I like that. When that water starts hitting 90 degrees is when they really pile up on those points, humps, road beds, shell beds, the cooler water in the deep. But I'm going to share a couple baits with you publicly that I am doing. So I love the jig. You know what it is, a Santone football jig. Multiple colors to choose from. You can kind of go at it with that. But there's a bait that I've been using tight line stuff for quite some time now. And I didn't realize that he had these until the Skeeter event just recently. I didn't know that he had these. These are my favorite. I love the chunk. Anything chunk. Whether it be Santone chunk, Zoom chunk, but Tight Lines makes a chunk. And now, of course, this is going to be different than all other chunks because it has the UV effects in it, the UV reflective effects. So I'm going to absolutely be converting my trailers to start using these a lot more frequently. And then, of course, this color right here, kind of like Alabama crawl. It's got that little bit of orange crawfish swirl in it. It's awesome. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. So the Tight Lines UV chunk right here. Get you some of those. Use them on your Santone football jigs. You might even just use those alone, believe it or not, all by themselves on a light shaky head, small shaky head. got to be a short shaky head, not a long shaft shaky head. But and then here's another bait that I just got myself a whole bunch of these, and I don't talk a whole lot about them. I haven't. I should be supporting them more. They make a really good product, but it's Slick Baits, S-L-I-K, slickbaits.com, and they make some really cool worms. This one right here is just a 10-inch curl tail, and it's basically your plum apple. I'm using that a lot on a shaky head. I'm using a Texas rig. They also, a couple of other colors. Jay Bonner has his own color, Bonner Special, and that's basically a black blue fleck, or a black, it's a black with blue fleck in it on one side and a army green on the other, and he really caught him good the other day. He's a really good guy. He's a good friend. He's really very lighthearted, easygoing guy, kind of a teddy bear. You can't make him angry. And I really highly recommend, if you're looking to go out with a new guy or try somebody new, try Jay Bonner. He actually has catches good fish. He's been fishing the lake since he was 13. He's a really good kid. Good kid. All right, with that being said, that's a couple secrets right there for the public. I'm going to give you one more. One of my best secrets. I've told you guys this before. But before I go to the members only and tell them some more details, I want you guys to know that this is probably one of my greatest secrets of all the stuff that I do. And that is the Real-Time Rods Magic Reaction Juice. Okay, this is a big bottle. I don't know that they sell it this big for you guys, but it comes with a salt as well. This is a big version for me to show on camera. Usually it's a small bottle, but a little bit of this, a little bit of salt. Magic reaction happens, goes into the plastic, impregnates the plastic. The next day they're not oily, they're dry. The smell is incredible. It is absolutely even, when I show my clients most of the time, they're like, dang, that smells edible to me. They want to eat it. It smells like you went to Seth's crawfish boil and you want to dig in and eat it. It does garlic. It has real crawfish. It does have oils in it, but somehow, for whatever reason, the magic reaction and the chemical compound that's in it makes it absorb to the baits. No stain, no stink, no rot, and I'm giving you up my goods. If I had a secret on Lake Fork, when I'm throwing soft plastics, it's using the magic reaction. Okay? That's it, guys. So listen, I'm really grateful for all of you, the following, the comments. There's lots of comments each time. There's lots of likes. There's lots of thumbs up. Consider hitting the super thanks if you really, really appreciate me as much as I appreciate you too. And again, forgive me for some of my little faux pas. I didn't mean to mislead anybody by saying six figures. Didn't want anybody to think that I was trying to manipulate you over to the members only. The members only is very successful. And again, this is an invite. Come on over, check it out. It's a $4.99 a month subscription. Try it once. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. It's real simple. I know that you've gone into the bait shop, asked what are they biting, and gone and spent more money on lures from a bait shop telling you what they're biting and not caught anything. So at least give me a shot. See if it helps you out. I give the rule of three, which puts you in the most successful area of the lake to catch them. I give you exactly how we're doing it, McFarland fishing style, with the clients. We had a good week this week, 27 pounds for our best 5 on Tuesday, catching big fish, about ready to tell the members only everything they need to know. So thank you. Appreciate y'all. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Fishing Guide.